All right, so I've been wanting to touch on this topic yesterday or the day before, but I just haven't had a chance to do it. So now's the time. As I do, I just want to be quick on this, as I want to express, yes, another friendship issue. And look, I already had to do it, man. I had to do it. I had to block those same ex-close friends that, either either are trying too hard to keep me around, knowing that they've been upset at me, frustrated, angry at me, that they've been seeing me constantly at my worst, right? And look, it's not that I'm trying to, I'm against their advice. I understand what they're trying to tell me, but at this point, I feel like in their heart of hearts, they know I'm not taking their advice seriously, you know. So I feel like for that reason, for some of those ex close friends, they're just trying too hard to even keep me around when I feel like they shouldn't have. Then I think it's just best for me to instead take action and look. You know I'm not doing this to to further push them away, like they don't even like me anymore. No, I mean, like, I don't want them to like me anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like that. Of course I want these guys to stay. Of course I want these guys to stick around. I don't want to lose any friends like that. But knowing that I'm still in this dump, and with each day just getting worse and worse, to where I feel more undervalued, unappreciated, you know, just and the fact that I'm further regressing myself, which is affecting my personal life due to the stupidity of that dump. That's just not taking, that it itself is not, being serious about becoming a better company or better business, like pretty much all the other companies are that are competing to be better and, expanding their brand and all that. Look, I had to do it for this sake, because my mental health has been in a serious decline, and that I feel bad for some of these guys that when they just keep criticizing me like that. I mean, look at how I responded, to guys like Julio. It's already tough enough that, it's already bad enough that our friendship has already fallen out because of, those last couple of group text incidents. And I don't want it to even get worse. Look no further than what happened between me and Dewey. Our friendship fell sometime last year in September, if I'm not mistaken. Then last Valentine's Day, after all these lame insults that I dropped, that I didn't mean, any harm on a guy like him who has been loyal to me, and to which his tone doesn't always express it, but in his heart he certainly does, right? But look at how he responded to me. I clearly insulted him like that with not understand. Like, it took it took me rather to know his past, his about what he went through in his personal life, his family life, for this fallout to worsen. That, yeah, you see how bad that got. It's getting to a point where I feel like Dewey is now just much worse off without me. All right, after what has happened, despite the apology that I gave toward him, he didn't respond. So guess what? I feel like it's at this point where he's already much worse off. I don't want that to happen between me and Julio, or me and Robbie, or me and Andrew. I understand what Julio's trying to tell me, but it's to a point where, based on how I responded to him, when was this, like a couple weeks ago, it made him much more angry. It made him pissed off, that I think it's just best now to just, I think all these guys, that's why I had to do myself a favor. And look, not because I'm like when I had to take action toward these guys, It's not because I want them to literally get away from me for good. I mean, for in the case of Dewey, that might have already happened because of what happened on Valentine's Day. All right. I don't want the same to happen with the rest of these guys, Julio, Robbie, and Andrew. Hell, you can count in Tristan if you want to, and Jesse. Since as bad as our friendship fallouts have already been, I don't want them to get worse. So I had to do myself a favor to just leave these guys, out of. How do I say this? Like, I do not want these guys, to continue seeing me at my worst. So I had to hold them off, right? That's what I've done to Tristan, to Jesse, and even now, just like I've done it to Robbie and Andrew and Julio. So I do not want these guys to continue to see me at my worst, because my worst has already gone worse after what transpired in that ugly incident at home on the night of January 9th. So I'm at the point now where, until further notice, these guys are going to be held off, from, trying to reach out to me. Because again, I just, as frustrated as Carlos and guys like Carlos and Nathan have already been, seeing me blow up their phones, and even Russ, right? And Eugene, it's, imagine how those guys would react. Imagine how Julio would react. Imagine how Robbie would react. What do you think they're going to say? Let that sink in. Or here's the thing. They don't have to say nothing. Even Andrew. They don't got to say nothing. And guess what? They're going to block me. They're going to delete me. Yeah. I don't want to have to say what I think they're going to say here, but I know it's going to be really bad. All right. So here, I just think I'm doing myself a favor. I'm doing them a favor as well, for the sake of, just giving ourselves our peace. Right. And yes, I'm still doing my best right here. I'm still working on myself. I'm still trying to better my image. And especially with all that I'm going through, still trying to get out of this dump. Yes, I've been applying, right? I can't lay all my eggs in one basket. And, it's to a point now where it's just that, really. So look, at the end of the day, I feel bad that these guys have to stick around. If I were to leave them unblocked, I can assure you right now that these guys, they're gonna go at me, and they're probably gonna say shit to me in the worst way possible, to ensure that that our friendships, as bad as the fallouts have already been, with the fallouts to worsen, like mine and Dewey's. All right. Now, in the case of Dewey, I said what I said, that I'll take back what I said until I learn about what his past was like, and I'm really sorry for it. But it is what it is, that he's much worse off. I do not want this to happen with the other guys, Tristan, Andrew, Julio, Robbie. Did I say Andrew? Jesse, sorry, and even all the other ones too. That like Angel, Rhea, Kriza. All my other female ex close female friends. So it's not just these guys from the former Nutballers group. It's not just these guys. All my ex close friends. All right. But I'm talking about, for the sake of this topic, just these guys specifically, because I know they've been seeing the group chats to where I've been blowing up all their phones, and it's to a point I could have sworn they all blocked me right after. But, I just have to make sure, because I just do not want the fallouts to get any worse. So I'm going to leave it at that. It's super windy outside. I'm better off just going to Coffee Bean. So peace out, y'all. Thank you for watching, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe.